Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gaslands TV. Today we'll be doing a bit of terrain, some quick stuff, easy stuff, things you could probably find around the house. So I'm gonna put on my gloves here. A few components you need, not much to do this. Could be just a bit, creative with the stuff you have in the house. But I'm using some straws here, a cover, a Listerine bottle. The blue cover is from a tea canister. Those tea bags in there. So I forgot the name of the company, but I mean, you could use any lid or cover from maybe a Pringles chips or something like that. So any flat thing that you could find could do for a nice pool of ooze or blood or slime or whatever. So gonna put this is actually sandpaper that they use for drywall, so drywall sanding paper, and you could use those in your car windows if you're working on Hot Wheels and Matchbox stuff, or you could use it as a metal grating for these bigger type of industrial terrain. So as you can see, I just glued a bit of that on there, and I put the straw through the little hole, and got a few bits here. This is from a headphone or a headset, speakers. Then these little things you can find at hardware stores. Maybe put that there and give it a little metallic look. Maybe put this headphone rubber up here, kind of give it a canister or oil tanker look to it. And I'm just gonna glue it to the base. It's a bit messy, so make sure you guys have gloves on. And once that's glued together and sticking pretty strong, you could go and prime it whatever color you want, but I use brown because I'm going to be resting it up a little bit. So in the back here I put a little tube because it kind of didn't make any sense where the slime was coming out of, so I put a little tube in the back there. Now what you want to do is paint a really bright or light color at the bottom of your pool of ooze or whatever you're going to put. So I'm going to just go ahead and put white here. If you guys have a better color or a better idea on what should go under clear gel, let us know in the comments. And now I'm going to use some silver metallic to go all around here, the big pipe, the rim of the pool. Make that metallic. I'm gonna dry brush some of the silver on these crates here, these grates. Again, this is easy stuff. I mean, I'm going pretty fast here. Did this in maybe an afternoon or something, so pretty sure you guys could handle this. This is really easy stuff. Now while it's drying, don't forget to take a little ice cream break. Some homemade ice cream from my lovely wife. And now that it's dry, I'm going to use some brushed metal here, and just put a little bit of brushed metal everywhere with a if you have a brush that's kind of not broken but like really used up, I think that's the best to put on rust or brushed metal. It randomizes the lines for you. So don't ever throw away any brush, because even though it's all broken and stuff, you could use it and it's gonna work fine on weathering and putting some random dirt, random rust on different terrain that you're doing. So go downwards and then upwards along the edges here, as though you're cleaning the brush. Maybe put some around here, and I'm gonna also put all along the edges here. I don't spend too much time on painting terrain, but you could, if you have the time, spend a little bit more detail, go slower. Here I'm just putting some orange a little bit everywhere, some rest effect or just regular orange paint give it a little bit of a rest. Put some here. You put a lot of orange, then you could just with your brush go downwards in one shot, and it's gonna look like rain made the rest drip. So while that's drying, gonna get a little bit of a white Russian here going. You could even be fancy and use these metal straws. I mean, if you have the money, do some pretty crazy terrain with actual metal straws. But now let's get to the goop and ooze. So I have some food coloring and this Amazon Basics washable clear school glue. They actually come in 3 bottles, a box of 3 bottles. And this is cornstarch, which is gonna make it even more thick, because it's pretty liquidy glue. And I think I'm gonna have to put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of this. This is preference, so if you want it really thick, you can put more. If you don't want it thick at all, don't put any at all. But since I'm doing slime, I wanted it a bit more of an opaque color. So what I'm gonna do is put 1 drop of green in here and mix that up. And as you can see, it's gonna give you a nice green ooze, but it's not quite right. So with 1 drop of yellow, you'll see it's going to give it a bit of a fluorescent kryptonite kind of color. So when you have the color that you want, all you got to do is just pour it into the pool or cap, and just make sure it's all in there. What you want to do is actually put more than what you actually want, because a lot of it is going to evaporate. If you want to put some bubbles, some air bubbles in there, you could use a straw to put some bubbles. They won't show, but as it dries, they're gonna show up more and more. Now I spilled a bit, or a lot, so with a Q-tip, I'm just gonna do a few details with whatever I spilled, and it actually made the terrain piece look a bit better. So if ever you have an accident, it's always a happy little accident, and it actually motivated me to put even more. Now that looks like a lot, but again, guys, remember that this is gonna mostly evaporate, and it's gonna be you won't see that much of it. So don't be scared to put this stuff. Lay it on there. As you can see, the top is already starting to evaporate, and the sides there. So my first instinct was to put it in the sun, right? Make it dry faster. But I don't think that's the right thing to do here, because it's gonna dry up faster but evaporate faster as well. So it's gonna leave you with dried up and evaporated glue. So I think the best idea would be to make it dry somewhere colder, maybe closer to your AC. So I had to refill it, and this time I put all the way up to the rim. And when that dried up, it kind of gave it a cool look to it. Kind of like it's in motion. It gave it some movement, even though it's not flat. It looks like it's bubbling when it's not. And I mean, the scale is pretty good. Looks like a cool little terrain piece there. And yeah, so that's my easy terrain. Now I'm going to show some of the cars that have been posted on our Facebook group. These are pretty cool, and I'm super happy with all the response that I'm getting on my contests. And speaking of contests, look at this one. This one's pretty cool. Huh? Doesn't that look like Borderlands for those of you who've played the game? But the winner was randomly drawn, and the winner is John Quinton Collins. So this is a pretty cool looking Jeep. Thanks for entering. You've won a bunch of stuff. If anyone is out there looking for dice to play the game, or some gates, templates, we even have some 3D models like engines and pipes and stuff like that. All of that stuff is for sale. We are selling it on our Gaslands TV Etsy page. And if you want, you could try to win them. Every month we have a contest on Gaslands TV Facebook page. So if you go there and just post a picture of whatever is asked for in the comments of the contest, you're automatically entered. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.